Hey guys, it's Eliark, and we're back on the Magi Vale 2.1 server. We are on a Creeper host provided server, and we've done quite a bit of work. I know this is kind of crappy for a first episode. I've already done a lot of stuff, but I wanted to get us more or less back to where we were when the last server finally died. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go take a look at spawn, and we'll see what we've done here. And big guy Chris and I are the ops on this server. I think he's got Mrs. Raxter set up as well. Yeah, he does. But we're the ops, and this is our server. We're gonna run it. Just taking care of some stuff and we've got, let's see, we've got the spawn rules and operator contact info. And that's all right here. And, that's if you want to get on, send me a message on YouTube, email me at that email address, or you can contact Big Guy on his YouTube or his email. Uh, just a few random little rules. We've got a deep dark portal because Crispy put in the time and the work and just put in a lot of effort and went ahead and got everything going for the portal to Deep Dark so that, we don't want to have any quarries on the overworld that are gonna, destroy the terrain and kill the landscape and everything like that. So to help avoid that issue, we have set up the portal to Deep Dark, and you can go down in there. You can do your stuff and go about your business. The I don't know what you would call it, like the Plaza Center right here. This is all Crispy. For somebody who claims not to be a builder, he does some pretty amazing stuff building. I think I built this one. Big Guy built the Down and Out pub over here. And this is, just, little thing. It's got some stuff inside, nothing really major or anything like that. Up here is the spawn provided beds and a few chests and stuff like that, just to help you get moving and get going. To help out with everything going on, we have some spiders here that are shedding string for the server. We have an Enderman spawner thing here for quick, easy Ender pearls. We have the sugarcane for setting up for warp pages and things like that. I think that's pretty much it for spawn at the moment. We do plan to eventually have other things kind of, come off to the side over here, or, maybe even spread a little bit further off this way, that kind of thing. Just, stuff to cover pretty much everything you need at spawn as it is. The mod pack hasn't really changed from the way we had it on the last iteration of the server. We've still got Twilight Forest. We've still got extra utilities. That's where we're getting the Deep Dark portal. A bunch of other stuff like that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But let's go back to where I and Nev are building. And I have built a thing. I've done a thing. Let's see. Right here, we've got our Ancient Warfare warehouse. We've got tons of storage. I've got bulk storage off over here. We noticed on the last iteration that Botania did not exactly agree with the Ancient Warfare warehouse, so we've got that set up over there. Got some furnaces, random odds and ends, stuff like that. And, the actual inside of the building itself. And all of this is located in, if you're looking at the mini-map, a floating island. And, it's still kind of a work in progress. I mean, it's mostly done. Just added a few bits and pieces here and there, kind of roughed up the sides a little bit, broke up the pattern and everything like that. Added some vines. I've still got the waterfall elevator for now. Vasky actually updated Botania today, I believe, with something called an avatar, which is literally like a little living wood totem kind of thing. And what they do is they work with whatever rod that you're giving them, that you give them. So what I was thinking is that, when we update the server, which, if the combat rods come out sooner rather than later, the update will be sooner rather than later. So I was going to put one guy right here with a Rod of the Skies and build an island up about level with that island over there. Just a little floaty thing right here. Nothing near that size, maybe a 5x5 or a 7x7 platform island, Similar structure, but much, much easier to build. And from there, put another one on top of it that has a Rod of the Bifrost that will build a bridge out from it over to here. Now, I'm not sure about the distance or anything on the Rod of the Bifrost, so let's go ahead and take a look at that right now just to, see if that's even viable. Let's see. I'm actually not seeing a Rod of the Bifrost. Or Rainbow Bridge, something or other. Let's see. No, no. Rainbow. Nope. Rod. Yeah, I don't think we actually have the Rod of the Bifrost as of yet. But that is something that is, needed. So, yeah, not seeing it. That's something we'll look at. I'll have to check the changelog, see which update that's actually included in. But what I need to do here today is I need to landscape this. Because right now it just looks like, man-made terrain, and I tried to correct some of that over here by breaking up the pattern, putting the little hangy bits of stone and dirt and living rock and things like that. Little leaf blocks here and there, but what I need to do is actually uneven the terrain all across the top of this. Make it look more like actual terrain that was generated when the world was made. And you notice, nothing down there is all level. It's not all one plane. I mean, unless you're playing with a super flat, that's not going to be the case. So what I need to do is, like I said, I need to raise this up a bit, add here, add there, just different things like that. And our goal, which I'll probably make one kind of terrained platform here, one over here, maybe even one here and over there, is to have a tree. And I'm thinking either a very central tree, a centered on tree, and I'll just build a platform around it, or my better idea, which I can't do any of the trees until I ask Nev what she wants to do, but I'm thinking maybe 4 trees, one on each of the cardinal points. And then having that little gazebo thing I had on the last iteration of the server, kind of smack dab here in the middle, and make it another 7x7 or something like that, just something to look at and maybe play with, but, that's something I'll talk over with Nev. And let's see, what else can we do for this episode? I don't really have a lot planned just because I got us to this point, but there are a few things I need to discuss with Nev before I can, finalize how any of this is working. And that's not right. You should be tied up in here. Right there. Uh, Small problem we're noticing with chunk loading, it doesn't like the leads. So if you randomly load or unload the chunk rapidly, i.e. through a warp book, you have a chance of breaking the lead on an animal. But what I'm doing now is this is Crispy's base. And like I said, for somebody who claims to not be a builder, this is gorgeous. I mean, just the way he has everything set out, the palisades, which are the uneven timber walls and the tips and everything like that, the sharpened posts, how nothing is completely even all throughout. I mean, this is exactly how a wooden palisade would have been built. Because, I mean, trees weren't all the same height, nothing was completely level all the way around. And this is just, I mean, it's a gorgeous build. And you can't really, just that little bit right there, just using the carpenter's barriers right here, gives it just that small amount of depth and detail to that wall. It could be completely plain and flat except for the window. But no, he went in and he put in just a little bit of depth and detail, and it's something that catches the eye when you're looking at it. And then he has a hedge surrounded, wall. I mean, like I said, this is gorgeous. I this is by far one of my favorite builds so far on this server. I love this build. Big Guy is doing a build of his own, and it looks really, really nice. But I don't know, Crispy. If you need a castle built, he's the man to ask about it because this is impressive. That's all you can say about this. This is impressive. He's even got the little watchtowers with the broken stairwell going up. I mean, it looks really, really nice in here. Unfortunately, he doesn't have it lit up just yet, so, mobs are a thing inside his little area. I think the only thing that's spawn safe right now had its doors open. But, this is just one of those builds that I'm going to remember this castle. It's not huge, it's not overly impractical. He's got the little murder holes in the side, using the stairs and everything to give you that they're not even, they're not all on the same level. I mean, they're spaced differently on both sides. It's just a really well put together build. And I don't know, I really, really like this castle. Eat a bit of potato. Uh, he's got Ars Magica crafting up here. He has more or less claimed this village down here as, one of his own. Just, claimed it to, you know, it's part of his kingdom. I think he even said he's claiming my island fortresses. So, I mean, he's more than willing to try, but, I don't see that working out too well for him, but, No, but, he did an amazing job on this, and if I decide to have any kind of castle structure built again, I'm going to be asking him for help. I mean, you've all seen my Mage Dark Ages castle. I really like that build, but this one takes the cake just because of the multiple levels, the multiple tiers, and height differences, and it's just a really well put together build. But I think that's what I'm going to call it for today. Just because, like I said, I've got some landscaping and stuff to do up here. I want to get this terraformed and get going with the real build, which would be the island platforms off the sides and back of this, and get really going with that before I start making, huge amounts of episodes. I want to get with Nev, figure out how she feels about the 4 tree plan, one at each of the cardinal points. And, I'm so sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. After we discuss that, figure out what we're going to do, then we'll come back and we will carry on with the build from there. I'll go ahead and get the trees in place, and then I'll terraform around them. And yeah, we'll be back after, I don't know, we'll be back in a little while. And we will have the first official episode start as soon as I can get the trees in place, or the 1 tree or 2 or however many we wind up putting on here, and I'll bring you back for the terraforming and stuff like that. But I think, like I said, I'm going to call that an episode for today. I just wanted to cover some of the stuff that's been done on the server, talk with you a little bit about the server itself and what our plans are. And, I just wanted to apologize profusely for the lack of content lately. And again, that's partially due to the server going down and getting everything put together on this one. But also, I work a 40-hour-a-week job on top of this, and, sometimes overtime happens and stuff like that. And I just wanted to apologize for the lack of content. I don't mean to, cut short episodes and things like that. And I feel bad that, I've been playing this whole time and I haven't been recording anything, but like I said, I wanted to get us more or less caught up to where we were. And that took some doing, because I've only been able to play, 2 hours or so after work and everything. By the time I get home, I'm exhausted, so I'll put in maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours on the server, and I'm trying to get all this stuff done and get the mining out of the way and everything like that, just so we can have some content or get caught up, so that, the content that I make from this point on will be a bit more meaningful. But like I said, I'm sorry. Content will be coming back. I will try and spend a bit more time recording episodes. And, now that we've got the server more or less working the way we want it, hopefully that'll be something that's a little easier accomplished. But anyway, this is Eliark off the Magi Vale server. Hope you have a good one.